to rule up a grid on this A4 piece of paper, and I've already printed off a whole bunch of grids on a lot of the famous artworks that we've chosen to appropriate. And most artworks are different sizes, so they're not all going to be fitting in the perfect rectangle of A4. So some of these grids are slightly different. This one's a 7 by 10, this is a 7 by 10, this is a 7 by 10, but this one is a 7 by 9, and this one is a 7 by 9. So you're going to need a check, but I've already printed them out with a grid for you, so we can fit 7 across the narrow end of the paper and 10 across the length. And that's going to work out to be 3 centimetre squares. So to measure up our grid, I've got nice new rulers for us. We need to make sure that this 0 is at the edge of the paper, not the edge of the ruler, but the 0 is at the edge of the paper. But I'm going to do a little mark every 3 centimetres. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and then we get to 30. And then you need to bring your ruler straight down. Don't rotate it, but bring your ruler straight down, and again from the 0 at the edge of the paper, we're going to mark every 3 centimetres. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and then 30 is right at the edge again. Then we're going to join each of these lines to make sure we've got nice right angle straight lines. I'm going to rule from that dot to this dot to get perfectly straight lines 3 centimetres apart. Okay, so I've got my 3 centimetre lines, and now I want to make them into squares. So I'm going to do the same process from the top to the bottom. I'm going to line up my 0 at the edge of the paper and count 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 21. And bring the ruler straight down and do the same thing. So now we should have 10 squares across and 7 squares the height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So therefore, if I was doing this American Gothic in the grid, I would probably not need the top edge. I'm not going to need that one because I only got a 7 by 9 grid. Same with the Scream, whereas if I was doing the Wave, I'm going to be using all the squares. If you want to do the grid onto an A3 for your appropriation, it's a slightly different measurement. You are going to need to do 4.2 centimetre squares, and my ruler doesn't actually reach all the way across, so it's a little bit more tricky. I've made a cheat sheet for myself because I don't know my 4.2 times tables, so I'm doing the same thing where I'm going to hold my ruler 0 at the edge and do 4.2, and then the next is 8.4, 12.6, 16.8, 21, 25.2, 29.4, 33.6, 37.8, and then 42. And if that's 40, 2 more centimeters after that is right on the edge. So we're not going to use that one. And then same at the top, 0 at the starting line, 4.2, and then starting from the bottom left corner, I'm going to do the same size, so 4.2, 8.4, 12.6. I'm actually going to have a little bit extra there, so this is super important why we start with that 0 on one edge and keep that 0 on the other edge when we bring it all the way up. Now when I want to do my lines across, my ruler doesn't quite reach, so I like to put the 0 on this last line and then do my notches on there, so 4.2, 8.4, 12.6, 16.8, 21, 25.2, 29.4, no, 25.2, 29.4. And then getting my ruler and going across to that notch there. My ruler might not reach all the way, but I get the idea. So now the whole purpose of the grid is to be drawing each piece into each square so we can get a really close replication